Take a moment right here, feeling like it's out gear. Running, running, no. Keep running.
Yo, what is up, my One Piece friends? Thanks for clicking on this video. Today, we're going to talk about something different. I know you read the headliner. I know you've seen the amazing thumbnail. So, we're going to talk about something that's been bothering me for a while now. So, Luffy, chapter 1045 was amazing. We got better looks on Luffy's Awakened Devil Fruit Gear 5th. I'm going to call it Joy Boy mode. Right now, it's just Gear 5th. But later, we're going to see that Luffy going to rename it something else as he get more adept with it. But during this chapter, we see how Luffy's elastic ability works. And to me, this is mind-boggling. Like, I can't come up with anybody other than Blackbeard who can nullify this ability that can hurt Luffy. Now, we see that most of the times when Luffy's not trying to, create this elastic armor, he does it unconsciously. But then again, the damage of Kaido still hurts him. As Kaido hits him with his club and his face starts to deform to the basis of the club, he still says it hurts. So I suppose it's real deal pain because of Kaido's conqueror's haki and armament haki fused together. That's the only way he's hurting Luffy in this awakened form. So going forth beyond this opponent, we understand that nobody, like I said, other than Blackbeard really can harm Luffy in his awakened form unless their haki is up to par with a Yonko. After the time skip, once we got really introduced to haki, it seemed like everybody from the woodworks can learn haki or obtain haki in some way. Now, we know that most of the above captains in the Marines have haki, but on the same time, everybody haki is not the same color. And that's the way you got to explain it. How Oda explains it, everybody haki in this One Piece verse is not the same color. As we progress in the series, we see people's haki that is unprecedented. It's unmatched. So the next opponent Luffy will have to face, haki has to be on par with the Yonko to even touch Luffy. This form changed the game on so many levels. Not just his intangibility. Not just that, he's actually real deal rubber. Like the fact that everything around him is rubber now. Everything he touched can be rubber now. Even when he punched Kaido in the face, Kaido's face turned to rubber. How much do we really need for Luffy to real deal become the man that we want him to become, the Pirate King, right? So he's getting too many upgrades to the fact that why are we still here? Why am I making this video? And there's only one correct answer for that, and that is, what is next? And to understand that question, we have to look forward unto the future arcs in this series. Who will Luffy face next? Could it be Shanks? Could it be Blackbeard? Because anybody under that status, the arc will fail. The arc will not be as climactic as Kaido. The arc will not be at its peak as Doflamingo versus Luffy. You could also suspect that Akainu might be the next person to go down, but how would that look for the world government? How would that look for the Marines head in charge losing against Luffy during this time? If Akainu falls, who will be the next opponent to lead the Marines? Because Akainu is the top dog right now, and there's nobody that can lead during this time. So in my opinion, I can't really suspect Akainu being the next villain. Well, what about Shanks? Now, Shanks is a different breed. Shanks is a different person entirely, and I don't think that Luffy will actually fight the person that he looks up to and the person he aspired to be. And I really don't think the person that Shanks is will just go ahead and fight him just because of his rank and who he is right now. Shanks has a very great council team around him with his commanders. I don't think that they would do something so useless to fight Luffy in his company. And then again, what would that accomplish? I don't think, and as a community of One Piece, we should think that Luffy is not on the same level as Shanks just yet. So that leaves next up Blackbeard. Now, I think it's way too early for Luffy to fight Blackbeard, just because where we're at right now in this series. Now, we don't know how many poneglyphs that Blackbeard have, but Blackbeard and Luffy, have the same ideologies, have the same dream of finding One Piece. So in my opinion, I think that we still have to know what Blackbeard is doing right now. We have to understand if Blackbeard has the last poneglyph, if Blackbeard is somewhere almost near the last island on the log post, I would suspect that he will be the last villain in this series, the ultimate villain who Luffy has to defeat. And we still probably like 2 to 3 arcs still left in this One Piece verse. And what if Blackbeard had the last poneglyph? Then that means that Luffy had to go through Blackbeard and his crew just to get that last rubbing on the poneglyph. And trust me, right now Blackbeard crew is massive. His ranks are big. Right now, Luffy don't have the manpower just to accomplish or beat Blackbeard right about this time. Now, I know what you're saying. Look what happened in Wando. Different strokes for different folks now. That was a totally different thing for Luffy in the whole alliance to defeat Kaido. I don't think the samurai and minks will come along with Luffy to fight Blackbeard. I don't think they just almost, I would say, if Luffy wins, just got back Wano. I'm pretty sure there's time to cheer up for a whole year or 2 before they even become accompany Luffy on a voyage to defeat Blackbeard. That's not Luffy's style. So I don't think that he would have the manpower that he had in Wano to beat Blackbeard. Basically, Luffy still have more ground to cover to get even close to fighting Blackbeard. There's so many things we have to learn in One Piece storyline for us can get that Luffy versus Blackbeard. Well, I can say unless, and this is a 40-50% chance that unless there is a greater enemy, okay, a greater enemy that is stronger than Blackbeard. Now, you might thinking Emu. Now, Emu is a different story. The reason why I say Emu is in a different bracket is because Emu and the Revolutionaries are going to war. That is the Revolutionaries' main antagonist. If the Revolutionary is your protagonist. The reason why I say Emu is in a different bracket than that of Akainu and Blackbeard is because Emu is not an obstacle Luffy had to get over. There should be no interactions between Luffy and Emu because Emu has the Marines and other sources like CP9 to try to contain Luffy and some of the other pirates. Yes, Luffy is on Emu radar. Yes, Luffy is on the government's radar. But there is no way that Luffy will actually harm Emu. Luffy probably would never ever get close to Emu. Now, on the other hand, Dragon is her opponent, right? Dragon is the person that can touch Emu, that wants Emu. You know, more likely, Dragon may know about Emu already. Dragon and his commanders want to actually tear down what the government is and what they stand for. Emu is an obstacle that Dragon and Sabo have to get over to conquer their goals, just like Blackbeard is an obstacle Luffy had to go over to accomplish his goals. And this what we might see lean on to the end of this series, you know, Dragon versus Emu and Luffy versus Blackbeard. And that'd be the perfect situation for things to end off on in this series. And hey, listen, since you already here, hit that subscribe button for me and hit that bell icon to get notifications when I post new content on YouTube. And plus, I need you. Yes, I need you to vote on the next contestants of my new signature series, Face Off. Now, if you're not familiar with my Face Off series, this is why I picked 2 animated characters from One Piece in a 1v1 fight. Now, to give you a better feel of my Face Off series, I'm going to leave a link at the top to my first episode of my Face Off series, Luffy versus Eustace. I made that video by like 2 years ago, so Gear feared the Eustace Devil Fruit moves weren't even announced, but trust me, you still gonna like it. Go check that out. And I also need you to follow me on Twitter. See, on Twitter, this is when we're gonna have the voting polls for my Face Off series. My Twitter link is in the description box below, so make sure you hit that link, and that will keep you up to date whenever my poll come out, and also it help you keep you in the loop. I want to talk about what's next for Luffy because he's going to need another upgrade to beat Blackbeard. And this is where things get interesting. Shanks is going to every corner of the seas to tell everybody about Blackbeard. Shanks is a man that's worth 4 billion berry bounty. Shanks' power speaks for itself. Like, you know who Shanks is. His name is Shanks. His name alone makes people shake in his One Piece verse. Why is Shanks going to the likes of Whitebeard, and maybe even the girls say the 5 elders, and talking about Blackbeard. Now, it's only 50% because he did go to Whitebeard to talk about Blackbeard, right? And maybe the pirate that Shanks was talking about to the 5 elders probably was Blackbeard. Trust me, Shanks can go anywhere as he please. Shanks walked up, pulled up on the 5 elders, and they act like he was a regular, smuggler pirate. Shanks went to Mary Joyce like he's a regular pirate. Shanks pulled up on Whitebeard. I'm pretty sure Shanks can find Blackbeard anywhere and pull up on him. But why haven't Shanks pulled up on this man that he's telling everybody about to watch out for? There's something not making sense to me. We know that Ben Beckon has an amazing IQ. Also, Ben Beckon is one of the leading mans in Shanks' crew. We know that Ben Beckon gave guidance to Shanks like he's one of the counselors. I think that Shanks knows, and Ben Beckon knows, it's not a good idea for Shanks to fight Blackbeard just yet. It's something going on with Blackbeard power that nullifies Shanks, or it's something along that lines, because why haven't Shanks took things in his own hands to beat Blackbeard? Yes, we know Blackbeard left that scar on Shanks, but is that still fear in Shanks' heart? So what is it, you think? What is the reason why Shanks didn't pull up on Blackbeard like he's pulling up on everybody else? I think Shanks hasn't found that answer yet. The answer to his problems with Blackbeard. I don't think Shanks knows anything that can conquer his fears with Blackbeard. The fight that might happen between him and Blackbeard, I think that Shanks has no answer for Blackbeard just yet. And that's why he's scavenging the world right now to find that answer to beat Blackbeard. And if Shanks had the power to beat Blackbeard, he would have already did it already. Knowing the threat that Blackbeard faces on the world, Shanks would have been handled that threat. And it seems to me Blackbeard is still walking around free. And thus, what I'm about to say next makes perfect sense to me. After Wano, I think that Luffy will meet up with Shanks. When he meet up with Shanks, it may be a mini arc or a full arc where these two interact for a while for Shanks to talk about Blackbeard, knowing good well the next obstacle, the biggest obstacle Luffy faces is Blackbeard. After Kaido, Luffy will learn something from Shanks to beat Blackbeard. This may sound like headcanon, but it makes perfect sense if you have been listening to me this whole video. And this is where Luffy's next upgrade will happen. And best believe it's going to be a hacky upgrade where he can infuse it with Gear 5th or Gear 6. Let's all face it, Luffy needs an upgrade to beat Blackbeard and his crew. Blackbeard crew is too massive and too powerful. And I think that's the main reason Shanks have not touched Blackbeard just yet, is because he's waiting on Luffy. For some odd reason, Shanks has the inability to beat Blackbeard at this moment in time. That's what I think. Now, I think that Shanks basically wanted the Hito no Mi Nikomata to defeat his enemies in coming forth. But once Luffy ate the devil fruit, I think Shanks' destiny was set in stone after that. And maybe after that fateful battle between Shanks and Blackbeard, maybe Shanks knew during that time, no matter what Blackbeard upgrades in his power and do, that Nika Model has the power to beat Blackbeard. This plays out perfectly for Luffy. Luffy meeting Shanks to defeat Blackbeard, right? So if this maps out, we will have Luffy with an ultimate move, an overpowering haki, maybe Gear 6, something that would understand the way how Blackbeard works. A new haki move that will help Luffy actually defeat the body of Blackbeard. And we still don't know what it is just yet, but trust me, during this series, upcoming things gonna happen and help us clarify what actually Blackbeard is, who he is. We just found out King's a Lunarian. Like, there could be many races we still don't know exist up until now. Oda can always throw us a wrench, that will help us understand this big verse. And as we seen, as Luffy bounty got raised to 1,500,000,000, Shanks is now eager to see Luffy. Maybe that's Shanks' way of thinking. Luffy's more mature with his devil fruit now, that he's able to learn something now. He's able to learn what I want to learn with this devil fruit, you know. I'm pretty sure Shanks knew what type of fruit that was as soon as he laid eyes on it. Maybe that's exactly why Shanks attacked that marine ship with who's on it, because he exactly knew what the devil fruit was from the beginning. I know Shanks already had it mapped out how he would utilize the Nika model devil fruit. Now that Shanks feels Luffy is at his pinnacle with the devil fruit, it's time to teach him something that he always wanted to learn. I feel like Shanks' role in One Piece is to bring balance to the realm, literally. Shanks goes by his way. People know how powerful the red hair pirates are. I don't think Shanks is out there to create any enemies, to be anybody's enemy. I think you want to live free. So with teaching Luffy a new color of Conqueror's Haki, a new color of Rio Haki, or maybe even a new gear will ultimately beat Blackbeard and bring balance to the One Piece verse. So that is all I had to say about this video. Thanks for watching. If you have anything to say about this video, leave it in the comment section. I'll reply to you as fast as I can. I'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe. I'm out.